Hello there. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whenever you're watching. I'm Laurie at Positive Thanks Living, and I want to shock you. I tore apart my spine of my cover because I was a little afraid that it would be too slim of a spine, that I would end up with too much of a gator mouth, meaning what I put in the double accordion journal would cause it to spread too much. So I'm going to be remaking it slimmer. I think what I'm going to do is use some of my stitching to add another piece to make the spine larger. Okay, so that being the case, I can remove the front cover. This book it's probably after 1924. The cover was the only thing that came to me. I don't have the inside of the book or the back cover. So here, move that, and you can see that I put ties in so that I can keep things closed. I'm going to put some footage of me painting this at the end of the video. I'm taking this, July is also World Watercoloring month, so I'm painting this month. I'm learning how to paint. That's a better thing. I don't know how to watercolor, but maybe I'll know more at the end. Again, I'll link below to who I'm following to take lessons or watch tutorials. But for today, for Junk Journal July UK, we are working on print. Now, when I was thinking about what to do, the most obvious came to mind, and that was to just print something out. And then I thought, old-fashioned stuff. You know, remember printers, printer presses? Have you ever seen where they put the individual letters in, and then they lay a piece, they do a layer of ink, and then they lay a piece of paper on top, and they close it? Yeah, that seemed like a little not possible for me to do here. So I decided that I would do a crafter style print, which is with stamps. I have one that says hope, I have one that says dream, and I also have this design. They've been in my stamp drawer for a very long time. Now here's a little fussy cut, and I'll be cutting this out in a bit. But in the meantime, I would like to say hello. This is iced tea today because in North Carolina it is extremely hot. And iced tea goes well. So there was ice, it's melted. But you take my word for it. Cheers. So I'll add this also there. Let's just do a little bit of printing with stamps. I have something called Stays On, and when I was printing or stamping on parchment paper, this was the only ink that would stay on the parchment paper. Parchment paper, like baking paper, has a slick non-stick coating, which when you think about stamping on it is kind of counterintuitive. However, we do what we do, right? So let's stamp dream on what I've painted. And then let's stamp hope onto what I've painted. And then what we'll do is we'll just place this design at the top and at the bottom and at the top. Okay, let's hope it works. Here's what I do. It doesn't mean it's right. Okay, I just put my ink here. It's interesting, the smell. This smells a little bit like almonds. I don't know. Let's put this down and see what happens. If it's not perfect, that's okay. Junk journaling is about personality and perseverance, not perfection. So we have a little bit of a design there. Let's put some here at the top. And it'll be a second, so it'll be lighter. Very much lighter. Try again. I'm going to do it in a different direction because I can. Do you do a lot of stamping in your work? I don't. I'm not experienced with it. And so it becomes a trial and error, trial and experience as I do it. As you can see. Shall I put some over top too? I think I will. And this is for day 3 of Junk Journal UK. I probably won't make videos every day, and I'm going to try and make them short. But in the meantime, I usually make videos only on Tuesdays and Fridays. So this will be Friday video. I'm going to cut this out. I have my guillotine, which for me has been probably the best investment I've made in my junk journaling tools. Mostly because I do not cut things with a scissor very straight. And even sorry, I'm concentrating and trying to talk at the same time. Even the ones where you slide the knife, yeah. Apparently I'm not able to do that either. At least not very well. So, hence the investment in the guillotine. And yes, it was an investment, meaning it wasn't inexpensive. It wasn't the most expensive, but it wasn't inexpensive. Dream and hope for day 4, which is print. I'm just going to tear this prompt. Where does envelope go? Their old envelope is day 7. All right. All right. No problem. No problem, right? Let's find my distress ink. Here it is. Oh, this was the spine or the part of the book that came on the book cover. So I'm going to laminate this. I've also been laminating things. I have a video about that. That was fun. I'm going to do more. But did you know that there are laminating sheets that are matte, meaning not shiny? Yeah, I bought the shiny ones. Let's round the corners. I like rounded corners. Do you round your corners? Let's put this down here in the corner. Let's put this on the corner. I don't know if you can see, this is the corner here. And it will become a pocket. Very deep pocket. So that I can slide something in. And I have these dried tea bags. My husband drinks tea 2 or 3 cups a day, and this is the kind of tea he drinks. And the bags are round, so he's keeping it for me, and I'm going to use it in this month's junk journaling. Let's put this here so we can identify. Print. Glue. I wonder if this will fit in here. Do you think I can put it in like a little pocket? Let's see. Yes, I can. All right, there, print. That's a little funny. All right. What else can we add? Well, I'm going to let you watch the painting now. And when we come back, I'll show you this page completed. All right? See you soon. Here we go into some painting. So the first thing that I do is tape down the paper. This is painter's tape, and I'm doing it directly onto my table. Next, wetting the paint so that the paint has a little bit of movement. And then what the instructor said was to put just plain water on our pages. I've sped up this part of me painting a little bit, and obviously I'm doing some voiceover. Now this is called a flat wash. I don't think I did it completely correctly, but learning something is doing it over and over again until you reach a point where you're happy with your end product. And you know what? I think it's pretty. It worked out quite well for the print on top, the stamping, I think. And the colors are pretty. At least to me, I like blue. The next one is one she did last year. And again, starting just with plain water on the page and using color and dripping paint into the wet paper and watching the drips spread is mesmerizing. Just so unique. I'm going to do this more and more often. So I did it, and then I left the paper sit, taped to my desk until everything dried completely. Then I pulled off the page or the tape from the page, and it worked out okay. And you can see the effects of the paint spreading the little drips. And I did 3 or 4 colors, I think, within the blue hue. Hello, welcome back. Someone sent me these paints. These are Cardtimesahead. They're pearl paints, and they're thicker than watercolor. They're more opaque. So I thought that I would just paint on the page directly and see what happens. I added this little image of a timepiece because, yeah, it does take time to dream a little bit. And Sandra and Lindsay, they have created this Junk Journal July so we can have a little bit of creativity and relaxation. So here we are, just putting a little paint on the page because we can. Oh, let's pull this out. See, works as a large pocket. I love these paints. I'm not a watercolorist experienced yet, but it's so relaxing. I encourage you, just go to your local dollar store or pound store if you're in the UK and pick up some children's paints. Relax a little, dream, hope, have a cup of tea. I'm Laurie at Positive Thanks Living. Today was for the third day, which is print, and we printed with stamps. And we did a little painting. Tomorrow is tea stain. Well, that'll be easy, I'm sure. Bye for now. I'm Laurie at Positive Thanks Living. And that means something. I want to live with optimism and gratefulness. I'm thankful for you. We'll see you again. Bye for now. Cheers.